Welcome back to the Yes Functional Longevity Podcast, where we give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Good afternoon. My name is Chris Board, a best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S Fitness. I want to thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to listen to what I have to say. Hope this information today will be very useful. Sometimes I get a little off track here and don't actually talk about longevity stuff. So today I'm going to talk specifically about something for longevity. And by making just some insanely small changes, you can make a huge difference in your chance to live a longer, healthier life. So in a modeling study published in February 8th, so it was a very recent study in a journal of PLOS Medicine, researchers suggest that eating a more plant-based or Mediterranean-style diet could add up to 10 years to your lifespan. 10 years, that is a long time, especially when you're not feeling like you're doing too well, to think that, hey, you know what, I got 10 more years of life. That would be a great thing. So what the researchers did, they used data from a 2019 study from the University of Bergen in Norway, and they created an online tool called Food, the number 4, Healthy Life. So Food for Healthy Life, to calculate the life expectancy based on people's eating habits. And maybe this is something we've talked about before, plant-based diets and living a little bit longer, the Mediterranean diet being an excellent diet. But here's the research that helps prove this. So their goal was to use existing evidence on the health effects of various food groups and apply it to show how diet changes might affect longevity. It's not meant for individual forecasting, but it's to estimate population health based on current assumptions. So modeling studies, are used widely to help inform decisions about healthcare and policy. It's just to help make decisions. And they're increasing in numbers. They're happening more and more now. So a model is an analytical methodology that accounts for events over time and across populations that is based on data drawn from primary or secondary sources in the context of healthcare evaluation. So it's just a tool to help you make decisions down the road, okay? And what researchers found that eating more plants and less processed foods may add a decade to life expectancy. Now, compared to a standard American diet full of sugar, added sugars, refined grains, processed meats, this plant-based diet, according to the model, will help you live longer. The American diet is a terrible diet. It's full of garbage and junk. We're always trying to get food in our mouths quickly. We want it to taste super good, and we don't want to take the time to prepare it. And that's why typical standard American diet isn't really very good for living an optimal life. So the optimal diet presents very similar to the traditional Mediterranean diet, but it's also relatively close to a plant-based diet. I personally like the Mediterranean diet because you can get some more fish into it rather than the plant-based, and you're getting those omega-3s that are difficult to do when you're really eating a very strict plant-based diet. In addition to a longer life, the evidence also suggests dietary improvements could boost your mood. It could help manage your weight, reduce the risk of chronic illnesses, all these things by trying this other type of diet. Some of the biggest health improvements were linked to eating beans, whole grains, and nuts. Now, whole grains might become a little bit issue right now with what's going on in the world, since I guess a whole lot of our grains come from Russia. But beans, whole grains, and nuts were the biggest bang for your buck for health improvements. So according to the model, beans were found to be the most beneficial food for improving your lifespan. It was closely followed by the whole grains and the nuts. Fruits and veggies were also linked to a longer life, as were servings of fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and cod. That's why I like the Mediterranean diet over just a straight plant-based diet. The model's predictions are supported by existing evidence and expert recommendations that the Mediterranean diet is one of the healthiest ways to eat. Plant foods are rich in fiber, a nutrient that's important for digestive health, for heart health, and stable blood sugar. So you want to get that fiber in your diet. Nuts and fish provide the healthy fats, like I just said, like omega-3 fatty acids, which can help manage inflammation in the body and reduce blood pressure, both very prevalent in the United States. So if you're going to cut out some sugar, refined grains, meats, will also improve longevity. And this is what the model suggests. And we've talked about this before. It's not, something that's brand spanking new, but I just thought I'd bring this research to light, that there is research that shows this stuff. And the model also helped predict which foods people should avoid to live longer. You can only guess. Processed meats like sausage, refined grains like pastries and white bread, things with added sugars from products like soda and sweets were all linked to a shorter life expectancy according to this model. And as it suggests, that processed foods is linked to a higher risk of illness like cancer. Again, not something that's brand new. If you've been listening to me, you've heard this before. The model also suggests that red meat is detrimental to our health, although some evidence is mixed about that. So listen, it's okay to have some red meat. You just want to try to limit it unless you have some kind of issues with the way that animals are treated. A little bit of red meat's not going to kill you. And here's the thing, okay? Even a few small changes might add years to your life. So you don't have to just scrap it all completely. Just try to make some small change. We talk about that all the time. Make a change that you can maintain for the long haul. So the model predicted that starting at age 20, try to get an age 20-year-old to switch from a standard American diet to one rich in beans, whole grains, fish, produce, nuts. Not going to be easy, but maybe if you brought them up that way, start them in early childhood all the way up through their teens, maybe they would do that. Because if they did, it could add 10.7 to 13 years to one of their lives with that type of diet. So if you have young children and you're listening to this, you really want to try to mold their diet more around a plant-based. Make sure they're getting beans in there, getting some fish. Listen, I have 4 kids. I know it's not easy. And with today's cost of foods, it's not going to be easy. And kids want to have those sweets. They're going to get it at their friend's house. But again, just some small changes in your household, lead by example, can make a huge difference in how long they live. Researchers found that a feasible, healthy diet with slightly more servings of healthy foods and fewer unhealthy ones could add 6 years to life expectancy. So again, you don't need to scrap everything. Make a few small changes. While there's no optimal diet to maximize benefits per this particular model, evidence suggests a sliding scale of improvements. For some, it's feasible to eat more or less optimized. For others, mainly small benefit steps from an unhealthy starting point to a more healthier point is possible. So wherever you're at, start to make just some small changes, whatever it is. Try not to have red meat as once or twice. Try to reduce red meat during the week, I should say. Or try to have some more vegetables with dinner. Try to have some more fruit throughout your day. Or try to switch from the unhealthy carbohydrate to a more healthy complex carbohydrate. Just make small changes at a time, and it could add to your life expectancy. And, I think most of us would like that. So I hope this information was helpful for you today. If you have any questions, always reach out to me, whether it's in a comment, give me a call, swing by, whatever it might be. I'd be more than happy to discuss it further with you. I hope it's information that's useful again. Again, thank you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. And you can look for me again next Tuesday with some insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Have a great evening.